Hey guys, Hazel Fernandez here. Look at this. I was so frustrated the other night that I covered the first painting, which was a girl in the forest. So, since we're all here, let me bring you to the main topic of this world that we live in, a duality, where there is the good and the not so good. However, I before we continue on, I would love to ask you to please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can bring this mission to as many creatives in the world, especially those who are struggling with mental health issues, emotional issues, financial, the whole 9 yards. Excuse me. So let's talk about frustration. We are going to talk about frustration because since the pandemic, since COVID arrived in our lives, the whole world changed everyone's world. I don't know about you, but mine did. Um, I used to love people. I used to party a lot. And then now I'm afraid to meet people, or some of my friends would even be afraid to hug because they're thinking of, oh my God, maybe this person has COVID or virus or something. Now, I still believe that there's inherently we're all good people. At the very core of our essence is we're all created to be good. We have the free will to choose whether we want to be a force for good or not, right? Now, I love to learn about the subconscious, the power of our subconscious mind, yours and mine, because we have been through so many years of brainwashing, abuse, then bullying. There's so many things that we rarely talk about because we have to show the world that we're super good and we're super positive to the point of toxic positivity. Now, this is where I'm gonna bring my positive chick vibe. I, for one, has experienced all this frustration, all the different kinds of emotions. But since I was born and raised in 1978, so therefore I was programmed, conditioned as a child to focus on the good girl, okay? And I had to suppress my emotions, especially, for example, if I am angry, if I have loss, if I have rage, if I am confused, if I am shamed or humiliated in class, or if I have self-doubt or trauma and sadness and grief, all the things, failure in school, whatnot, right? But because I was taught that it's bad, the emotions are bad, I have to shove the crap down and play the role of this good girl. But is it really healthy? Knowing what I know now, it's not. And I had to go through a dark night of the soul. That means I have to die to the old version of myself that I thought was me, but wasn't. So this is so deep, my friends. And look at that fear. Fear is not actually your main, how do you call it, characteristic. Your love, perfect at the very core of your being. Fear is a learned behavior. Remember, I really love to, I'm fascinated about human behavior because this is not taught at school. This is not even taught at home or in church or wherever. In my case, for sure not. But as a child, don't you ask yourself, like, why would people say don't cry? You have to be strong. If you're a guy, if you're a dude, a boy, growing up, you're like, no, you have to be strong. You have to pretend that you have no emotions, shove it all down. And this is the reason why most men are showing rage and anger, because it's easy to be angry to anyone and lash out when you're triggered, because they were told as a young boy to be strong, to be confident, to be successful, to do this and make more money and everything, right? Okay, that is my that is my way of like becoming a man, whatever. Now, you're how about if you're a girl like me? You're so dainty, yet you're strong. You're fierce, yet you can be badass too. But more or less, you were taught to be nice, to be kind, to just pretend that the bullies are not there, or that even if you were humiliated by your unhealed, unconscious teacher, abusive teacher, it's okay. It was not okay, because it affected your self-esteem, your self-concept, your self-confidence, the whole 9 yards. Yes, we girls can lash out. We can still hurt other boys too. I did when I did not know, because inherently you want to protect yourself from dying or getting hurt. And remember, between you and me, boys and girls are two different beings, okay? Physiologically, biologically, and strength wise, they're really strong, especially in the upper body. The women, girls, were very strong in our lower body because we carry children, we get pregnant, we have our monthly thingy, and the whole thing, right? We have our strengths and weaknesses. Therefore, there should not be a fight between gendered boys and girls, men and women. We are team. We are a team, period. Okay, so the mental health issues that we are seeing now, I was diagnosed with ADHD, although for me, I'm like, it doesn't define me. It's a condition that I continually manage day to day. However, I am not my diagnoses. I am not ADHD. I am Hazel Fernandez, a human being with a mental challenge, and they call it disorder. Why is it a disorder? Oh yeah, because it doesn't fit society and all that stuff. And again, this is there's still a huge debate between all the mental health issues that we're seeing and uncovering and discovering and learning. Now, I am not here to cause division. I am here to just see what's happening. Let's find some solutions to the major symptoms that we're seeing in our children, in our own personal lives, in our relationships with people, our family, friends, at work, and the whole 9 yards, right? So oh my God, can you just see this? This is like a skull, like a skeleton, for reals. I did not notice this up until I went away and looked a little bit further, and I saw, oh my God, this is becoming a skull, a skeleton, the human anatomy. And again, my first love, my first dream was to become a doctor. So it's so surreal to be learning human anatomy again. And I'm not a doctor, not a psychologist. However, I've been to many in order to really understand what's going on with the diagnosis and healing my traumas and all that stuff. Now, whether you believe in treating mental health issues, remember, we are all connected: mind, body, and spirit or soul. Okay? I am not here to be claiming as a know-it-all. I am growing and learning as a person too. So please, disclaimer, do not quote me in everything. This is my personal experience and I'm sharing my journey with you in order for us to have a conversation that are really conversations that are so uncomfortable that sometimes it's still a taboo. We don't talk about it because we don't want to be we don't want people to not like us. We want to be liked, we want to be loved, accepted, validated, seen, heard, and everything. However, I really find YouTube as my place to go to in terms of sharing my insights, the wisdom, my medicine, and even probably a little bit of venting would help because it's really very difficult, especially during the pandemic. You don't have a lot of people to see or talk because everybody is locked in their own homes. And even if we have the internet, who's using the phone to call each other? I don't think so. Not even one single text. Holy crap. Isn't that the irony? Okay, isn't it ironic? So I used to internalize a lot of shitty things that happened to me or told to me from all areas of, like, starting from home, school, church, and culture. Now, again, this is my personal perspective, personal interpretation. Everything is my own interpretation, and you have your own personal experience. So maybe we have we have the same experience as a child. Let's say we were bullied, or there was a bad teacher who hurt us along the way, and we internalized it differently, right? And we got hurt or not hurt, who knows? So I'm just starting the conversation, guys. So please leave me a comment below and let me know, how do you handle your own challenges with knowing that, oh, maybe history is not really true, maybe it's all manipulated and we're all lied to. There's so many BS, even the teachings in school, church, and the whole world. Okay? And obviously there are conspiracy theories. I'm not going there. I'm just gonna show you some facts that we can all agree upon. We can also agree to disagree, but please be kind in the comment section below and look at the silver lining and the goodness of the people's hearts inside this community. We're all creatives, we're born to create, and I'm here to really remind you that you are a creative and you are an artist. So lately I have had a lot of loss of the people that I know in my elementary school, high school, college, even the old people that I know of when I was growing up. And sometimes I think of, like, oh my God, am I next? We're all dying anyway. But like, how am I going to use my life while I'm still alive, right? And so I got hit with depression. I didn't even know about depression up until I felt it. Anxiety, toxic crap, of course. Rage. I don't even know how to express my anger. So I have to punch the pillow. Nobody gets hurt. That's according to my shrink. So maybe you feel like you have an imposter syndrome. Maybe you're like, I'm super successful, but I still feel like I'm not good enough. I don't know what's going on. What's going on here? There's so many people who are miserable. There's so many people who are not really happy about the choices that they have made in their lives. Some people settled for whatever and they're not happy. Okay. What else? Now, let's be honest. Emotions are just emotions. They are a guide for our body to, like, okay, this is anger, this is fear, this is love. Because imagine if there's only one emotion, which is, okay, obviously love, for example. Okay, you will never be able to know what it feels to be afraid, right? If there's only a perfect world. You know what I mean? What else? Shame. There's so much shame too. I have been talking to a lot of women here and abroad, and my goodness me, this topic always comes up, the shame. Like we're afraid or shamed by people that we love, and humiliated at some point, insulted, and so because you feel shame, you will never talk about your abuse, for example, your fears, your insecurities, because people will judge me, and this causes pain. So when you are not able to heal from your pain, especially from your childhood, you are going to have chronic pain guaranteed in your adult life. And I experienced that. What about failures? What about frustration? What about sadness, trauma? What about grief, losing people? There is so many things in here. And if we talk about this one by one, it can go a long, long way. What about your self-doubt? You have big dreams, but you're doubting yourself. And I swear to God, I have my own doubts too. But I just bet on myself. I'm like, wait a minute. I have achieved this dream before. I have reached this goal before. I can do another thing again. But the bigger the dream is, the bigger the challenge will be. Am I right or am I right? So this is okay. So this is your skull, for example, and I'm gonna create a brain next time. So this is your left brain here. Logic, mathematics, protecting you from harm and organization and all that. What else? Okay, that's all I can remember for now. And then here I put the pink because it's the creative side of yourself. Remember, even if you're a man or a woman, we have both masculine and feminine energy. So we're talking about now about creativity, which is your intuition, your gut, that's the guidance. This is where it's the confidence. Your confidence is so strong and so chill that I'm like, okay, I know this, I got this, right? And with your right brain, it is connected to your, again, intuition, your creativity, your inner child. And remember when you were just a little girl, before the shenanigans, before the pain, before the shame, before the blame and criticisms and bullying, you were really confident. You dared to dream the biggest dream. You want to be an astronaut? Sure, you can do this, you can do that, right? Up until the people around you started to tell you, girl, you cannot do it. You're too ambitious for your own good. So this is the reason why I was so frustrated that sometimes this is the beauty, this is the art process. This is where sometimes you have to see, before you see a beautiful painting, there's usually strong emotions that we feel, that I feel when I'm creating something. And look at this. I'm gonna keep this because this is a tree. Look at that. It's like a little door. So I am unmasking the unconscious mind because I believe in psychology. I also believe in spirituality. I also believe in Carl Jung because the power of your unconscious mind is amazing. And if you don't know that you're that powerful, well, I'm here to remind you that you are powerful and you are provided, protected by your guardian angel. And if you believe in God like I do, then yes, we can agree, right? So I hope that this will open your mind and heart for you to start looking within yourself and say, what can I do to change my life? And not repeat the same mistakes over and over again, because I'm telling you, I've been there too. It really sucks. And so we have, in order for us to heal the traumas of the past, the grief, the losses, and the failures, and the regrets, whatever, we have to really feel our emotions. And in order for that to happen, is you really need to look inside yourself, get connected with your inner child, your inner boy, and talk to your inner child. And if you cannot handle it by yourself, please go get some professional help from a reputable, trauma-informed psychologist or psychiatrist, so that you can get that proper support and start your healing process immediately. And don't wait, because you deserve freedom, you deserve to feel love, you deserve to feel whole, you deserve to feel prosperous and live a life with meaning and be happy. So if you need my support, please email me at positivelyhazel@gmail.com, or direct message me on Facebook and or Instagram, Art by Hazel Fernandez. And if you want to support this living and local artist and buy my art, then you know how to contact me. I am still resisting on putting up my website because, sometimes I get overwhelmed. I know that that's an excuse, but sometimes that's all I can do. I want to make things easier for myself, and this is the reason why I chose to use YouTube, because this is how I can bring the message directly to the people that I care about. All right, guys, look at the silver lining and choose to feel love, because everything is an illusion. And if life is a game, then might as well play the heck out of it and win it. There will be losses too, but then when you know that you're a great player, you're going to win. You're watching this and you're a winner like me. All right, so again, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.